One of the best parts of being a podcaster and a podcast host is when a guest tells you that you're asking them a question that they've never heard before. There's just no better feeling because you kind of realize you've separated yourself from the pack, especially if these are people that go on, a lot of different podcast shows and hear the same questions over and over and over again. And I think for the guest, the reason why they like that is it shows that you've taken the time to really to do your homework and think about them and think about the things that they're working on, and you're asking thoughtful questions. And it's kind of the ultimate compliment for them. And what's interesting as well is that coming out of that interview, a lot of those people are always willing to talk to you again. They would always be willing to, quote unquote, come back on the show again or work with you on something else. It kind of creates a different relationship versus just a guest coming on the show and it's like goodbye and that's the end of it. And that got me thinking about the whole talent acquisition area and how folks that work in talent acquisition and recruiting and hiring managers might want to take a cue from podcasters and start to ask more thoughtful questions, more unique questions. Now, I realize you ask personal questions because you're looking at a person's resume and you're asking them questions based on their experience or what have you, but maybe go a little deeper and ask something really unique, something that makes them think, that's something that makes them look at you and say, wow, you really did your homework coming into this interview. And I think it has that might even have that same effect where the same way a guest walks away saying, wow, they really thought about me, the candidate would walk away feeling that same thing and realizing this is a company that cares and that really cares about me as a candidate and is interested in me as a person and isn't just asking me the same questions that I've heard a million times on every other interview. And in the end, it could separate your company from the pack and have them go, you know what? That's the place I want to work. Because let's face it, when it comes to the whole hiring experience and talent acquisition, it's not just the candidate selling themselves to you, the company. It works the other way around too. You as the company have to sell yourselves, especially these days, to candidates too. And that could be the thing that separates you. So I would just think about what are those unique questions? What is that question that I could ask this specific candidate that's going to make them say, wow, that's a really great question. Just a thought.